Well, I finished Mass Effect Andromeda, which you can see, and after that I decided to play something much more simple, and the God of War 3 remastered version was this month's game in PS Plus, so let's get on to play something very simple, loud and violent, although I don't know why it should have been remastered, because that ugly mug doesn't look any less impressive than it did on previous generation of PlayStation 3. But let us now allow Kratos to start his own story. And of course I'm gonna go with the normal mode of God.
My vengeance ends now.
Yes.
My brothers, we were forged in victory. A victory that ended the Great War and brought forth the reign of Mount Olympus.
Oh yeah, you went to castrate your dad.
Of the underworld.
But he was a dick.
Rooted in the river of souls. Our mountain emerged out of the chaos. As it grew, so too did the might of the Olympians. We created
Wilhelm scream.
a world of prosperity. A world that lives in the shadow and safety of my mountain.
Yeah, you're
A
Zeus.
mountain that has come to be the absolute measure of strength and power.
And that bird is history. Now this was impressive, and it's still very impressive. Should tell something about God of War. There's nothing subtle about this. Yes. Titans are returning. Titanomach has started again, which was the conflict which made Zeus the top god.
And I will wipe out this plague. Olympus will prevail.
And not only are the Titans coming, the primordial Earth herself is coming, Gaia. And here are the prime gods of Olympus: Poseidon, Hermes, Zeus, Hades, and Helios. Although Helios should actually be Apollo of Greek mythology. Helios wasn't a prime god. But they are not gonna give up so easily. And that was Heracles, or Hercules, as in Latinized style.
Zeus! Your son has returned. I bring the destruction of Olympus!
Oh yes, and Tise Corson delivers the lines of Kratos with extreme loudness and hamminess. And nothing could be less. And lots of things to slaughter. This is the tutorial part. Yeah, Kratos can grab enemies, he can hit them. Generally Kratos can do horrifying amount of violence with very, very, very brutal method. He rips off heads, he can tear his enemies apart, he stomps their heads in. Yes, Kratos is not a nice guy. He kills things fast. Painfully, but usually fast. Well, looks like the ocean god Poseidon is also coming to the fray. Yes. They might be big, but gods of Olympus are still top dogs. Although they do rightly be afraid of Titans and Kratos.
Something has me. I cannot move, Kratos. Free me!
Yes. Yes, primordial Earth is big. Gaia is the first generation of, well, gods of Olympian gods, or however you wanna say it. And she wasn't always the most nicest person. But there's nothing about the Greek mythology. Yeah, the gods were dicks. Or assholes or whatever. Even the benign ones could be very unpleasant. But that's got nothing to do with God of War. God of War is just all about loud action. Now could use some magic. I can't really remember how to dodge that. And that's some sort of water horse monster. Which Kratos, of course, goes to kill. Yeah, loud action. Of something that you just simply don't even want to think how big this action is. And personally, you really don't want to even think about how it's the scale of God of War, as Kratos is an 8-foot tall giant mountain of a man, and he's still just a small speck within in comparison to what he's facing and going to kill, or was I fighting against? Yeah, he ain't. Kratos goes to nasty. Yeah. This is beyond epic. Great God of War is beyond epic. I can tank those hits. And of course, when I keep mashing the enemy, the combo number goes up. The higher you get bonus scale hits, or to say bonus souls from getting more combos, longer combos, and all that. Say, now it's time to do the quick time event to kill this horse thing. And now we're going. This is what the God of War is. Loud, nasty, and brutal action. And after a brief moment of lots of action, there's time for some bit of respite, and while also you get the prompts how to play the game. So to say God of War is, I'd say it's the top games of action, of pure action genre. It's loud, it's brutal, it's well crafted, and it just looks great. Plays great. You can so simple, yet it can also be really. Oh, Yeah, now look at the scale of that, and that was not any sort of that's actually modeled character. That was not any sort of cutscene in the background. Nope, that's modeled character, which should tell something about how big things in God of War, or at least in God of War 3 are. Let's say that means they go beyond huge. Rip apart. And Kratos keeps going about forward. He's got a grudge against his pop. And of course, while Kratos kills it, he can also be especially brutal. Heads off. And green just gives me health. It probably wasn't necessary, but I still did it. And of course there's also sometimes hidden goodies and stuff for you to find, but this is just mostly a tutorial level, and God of War is all about action, so it's quite simple. Chain of balance. Oh yeah. That's a big nice set piece. And you see how much pain Kratos is throwing out. Without much of effort, he's slaughtered them all with a 90 hit combo. That's a lot of them. A lot of slaughter. But then again, that's Kratos. He's half god. And being half god, especially and former God of War, means he's loud, he's violent. But I really don't know who could be that titan. But that chariot was Helios. Yeah. That's also one of the things which makes God of War so great. They really pay attention to the set piece, which means tells that no, Kratos is not alone attacking Olympus, although he is crazy enough to do it. He's got backup in form of titans. At least quite many of them, and actually not all gods of Olympus are something Kratos is about to face. Yeah, she's huge. But I wouldn't expect anything less from primordial Earth, that she's big and powerful. Ah, damn it. Oh, there was a chest. Let's grab it. Okay. Yeah. Tutorial in God of War has been well made. It's fast. No need for any of those fine trinkets. And that statue over there was the former late God of War Ares, which is one of the gods Kratos has killed. Now he's about to kill more. And now I'm fighting against Centaur. And of course those prompts mean that yeah, you can yeah, Kratos can block. And he can also parry. And this game has bloody good parry mechanic. As in that you when you just time your right, you can just deliver a brutal counter attack. Or better say block the enemy out of attack. And the timing ain't so strict. Now time to put the centaur out of its life. Now look at how he puts it down. He just disembowels it. And he gets drained with blood. Yes, when this came out, they had to If I remember right, those guys who made this game with these Santa Monica Studios, they had to develop a second graphic engine to tell how Kratos gets blood on him. Just to emphasize how bloody and brutal this game is, or say how the action in this game is. This is just magnificent gameplay, and every move Kratos does just oozes rage and hate. He's not a nice man. Of course, many Greek heroes of the Greek pantheon weren't particularly nice, but Kratos might be considered to be of the most brutal, loudest and violent of them all. Well, what does that read? Remains of Ares, fallen god of war. Oh yeah, that's something Kratos has killed. And with that move he became god of war himself. Which of course the real ancient Greeks would have been preposterous idea that a mortal, hey, even a demigod would just go and kill a god. Mostly because gods had some kind of, they had a rage quit button in their available, like that. Oh, I don't like it. Clink. Let's just end it. Nah. Yeah, they could be very obnoxious and unpleasant. Yeah, you're a big lady. More of those horse things just attacking me. Time to ride it. Yep, Kratos goes to loud amount of action. Alright then. Oh yeah, she's taking damage. Something just grabbed her neck, throat, push it out of her mouth. Yeah, that's a lot of pain. Yeah, you're loud, you're violent, but I am god of war. And while I'm doing my spell, I am immune to your attacks, which is very, very, very sneaky from me. Take some hits. Yes, I'm using all your magics. Going to grab, open that thing and slice it open. And smash and dodge, kill more loud action. Yeah, grabbed that thing and now I'm gonna cut it open with my blades. Oh yeah, that's also what Kratos does. Tunkoni. I think you may have something to do with Poseidon. God of War is again. Now you're exhausted. And time to yank this thing open. And use this spiky thing to lobby that thing. Yeah, Kratos has talent of ripping off parts from his enemies and using them to kill them. But it's not the first time he's using it, and it damn certainly probably won't be the last either. You look tired, lady. But then again, you are primordial Earth. It probably takes a while to get moving again. But yeah, Kratos has just... This game is magnificently beautiful. The animation is well crafted. They used motion capture of naturally, and yeah, after action there's time for some more slower moments. And that looks like a heart of something. Yeah, heart of Gaia. But those crystals are something, well, and besides I'm not interested in it. There should be no point of slapping, but yeah, those blue things are a Chekhov's gun. They come to play later. Which means there will be a method we can use, Kratos can use to break them. Eventually available, not now. Yep. They're not available now. Yep, impenetrable surface that cannot be destroyed. Well, Kratos is a very bad at that cannot be destroyed thing, because Kratos himself has gone to, well, at this far, caused so much death and destruction that, yeah, and that's one of the Okay, what the... Oh yeah, it was a... Oh yeah, I need a pillar or something. Where's the pillar? Oh yeah, there it is. Grab it. Yep. Yes, Kratos is immensely strong. Because this cubical lump of rock probably weighs several tons, but he moves it without effort. Even if it would have wheels, it still would be very heavy. But Kratos just lugs it around like nobody's business, and he's not even breaking a sweat. But then again, he is a demigod. That gives him superhuman strength, although he was born and raised in Sparta, being, well, becoming quite much of a stereotypical Greek hero, which means to say very loud, violent, and in a sense also cowardly person. Yeah, Kratos is not a nice guy. Let's just use these bastards as a battering ram just because I can. You're nothing but a pest in my way, so yeah, nothing interesting or scary about you. Time to get up. And some cockroaches to kill. They weren't even worth the effort. Time to keep climbing on Gaia's head. Let's see what she's dealing with. A big thing. More of those horse things. Yeah, more of them. More one. And
Challenge me, mortal? A god of Olympus? A true warrior does not hide, Poseidon! Leave the sea and face me! You have disrespected the gods for the last time, Kratos.
oh yes. Poseidon.
I will leave nothing of you in my wake.
God of the oceans, Poseidon is attacking, is coming to kill Kratos personally. Hi, Uncle. So it's yeah, he uses those lightning, of course, because yeah, they are, but all who are against Olympus are united with me. Time to bring fight.
Kratos, jump to my hand!
Then jump. Yup. Now I'm getting up close and personal. No, that's just beyond epic. Now I got close and personal with you, Uncle. You might be you might be one of the gods of Olympus, but I am god of war. I was god of Olympus, but then you tried to fuck me over. Or I say not tried, you did fuck me over, mostly because Kratos is quite much of a moron when it comes to people manipulating. Yeah. Great. No, yes, he is not the most smartest, sharpest tool of the shed when it comes to people and their motivations, but he is a very sharp tool when it comes to killing things. Especially when it's a matter of loud and violent manner. Ah, damn it, I had to remember how to block. Oh yeah, now he's exhausted from that beatdown Kratos just delivered. Trying to get into close quarters combat. To break the chest armor of him, using Kratos' own body as a battering ram. But it's not, Poseidon is not over yet. He's got powers, and presence of those horses is actually completely valid, as Poseidon was god of horses as well. He was god of sea, but also horses. So of course Poseidon shows up riding 5-headed giant all-water sea horse, or let's say horse of the ocean, carrying and wearing shit. Come on, don't die. Come on, Kratos. And come on, Granny, hit her, hit him. Yeah, she's in a bad spot. Time to fly and cut off bits. And Granny had a vicious left. And Poseidon is taken out. His mighty war form is breaking down into a huge cascade of ocean water and rocks.
Zeus should have kept you where you belong. No matter how many gods fall, there will always be another to stand against you.
They will fall as well.
Yeah, that's not nice.
This means the death of us all.
Then prepare for your death, Poseidon.
Yeah, he ain't nice. Kratos isn't nice, so now it's time to brutally kill Poseidon. Oh, they made a point of view out of victim direction of the victim, which is very nasty. It's so easy to see how horrifyingly brutal Kratos is. Just yeah, this direction really shows how absolutely horrifying Kratos is. Even God has become afraid of him. Yes, he's gonna do it. A grab from the eyes and twist your neck off. Yeah, he died painfully, but luckily it was quite fast. But that's Kratos. He goes to horrifying. Yeah, Kratos kills brutally. And Ocean went crazy, mostly because there's no more Poseidon to keep it at bay. Yeah, the end of the world is becoming because Kratos is having a big family temper tantrum. Yeah.
Kratos, the death of Zeus is within our reach. Climb to my hand.
But it's time to save and end this episode after very epic death of Poseidon. Yes, overwritten